Welcome friends to One Stop Java Solutions. I am Snehasis and today I am going to explain you the three pillars of object-oriented programming. Okay. So three pillars is encapsulation, polymorphism and inheritance. Okay. So encapsulation I already described, polymorphism also I described. So inheritance is remaining one pillar. So today I am going to explaining the inheritance. Okay. So in short, I am explaining once again that encapsulation means in Java, class is a form of encapsulation. So okay, so in class we can wrap up the field means data member as well as method. Okay, so this concept is called the encapsulation. Polymorphism also we have described that in a same name, okay, of a method we can means in case of Java we can give the same name of method in different purpose. Suppose for addition of the integers and the float or the double values, you can give the method name. You can write three method with the same name add, but you can pass the three different kind of parameters. For integer you can pass the only integer values, for float you can pass the float values, and for double you can pass the double values. Okay, so this is the concept of polymorphism. And the remaining one is the inheritance. Okay, so what is inheritance? Basically inheritance is the one part of the object oriented means most important part of the object oriented programming. Okay, because it's allow the certain means the features of the one class that we can reuse in the another class. Okay, so here there is the means concept called means whatever the parent class, okay, the features of the parent class we can use in the child class. Okay, so parent class here we will call that the super class, and the child class will call the means subclass. Okay, so how we will do that we will explain. So I am creating here one class, okay, and giving name as suppose inheritance demo. Okay, and creating the main method in that class and creating finish. Okay, so this is my main class, and here I will create to another class. One is suppose outside this class. So I am creating one class, suppose super class. Okay, and another class I am creating class, and I will give the name as subclass. Okay, and here also I am giving the name capital. Okay, so superclass and subclass I have created two class, and I will show you. So here basically one thing that you need to know, that the total Java API, okay, this is based on the inheritance concept, because means whichever methods or whichever features is common, okay, that we will store or keep in the superclass. Okay, so that once we will inherit one class from that superclass, so all the features we will get in the subclass. Okay, so in case of Java, the object class, okay, object class is defined as the superclass, and every class in Java is the child class of that object class. Okay, so that it might be the directly inherited, or it might maybe the indirectly inherited, but all class are inherited from object class. Okay, so object class means whatever method means common method we will keep in the object class. All the methods in Java or all the object in Java will get those method, because either they are directly or indirectly inherited from the object class. So object class, all the methods from object class we will get in the object whatever we are creating our means our manual means whatever class we are defining and creating object of our class, that class also got all the get all the methods from the object class. Okay, so due to this concept, object class means acts as a root for all the Java classes. Okay, so any method means if you think about string or string buffer, okay, or your means this class like inheritance demo, there's some means once we will create the object of this class, so that also got get all the methods, okay, of the object class. So that part I will describe means how the object class acts as a root of all the class, that I will describe in another session. Okay, so here I am explaining you means how the inheritance is hacked. So here my superclass I am writing suppose one variable. So int suppose private variable. So it's good to keep the variable as means name of the variable as private, scope of the private. So private int, and I am giving the name that super underscore variable, super variable. Okay, and I am writing the setter and getter method, okay, of this variable. So here go to source, and here you can see generate getter and setter. Okay, for super variable I am writing, and okay, so I am just creating the setter and getter method for the super variable. Similarly, in the subclass also I am writing one private variable, private int. Suppose for subclass I am giving the name as sub variable. Okay, and here also I am writing the setter and getter method. So go to the source and generate getter and setters for all the sub variable. Okay, so this is the concept. So one is the super variable, another is the sub variable. And now in the main method I am creating a object, means in normal case if you create the superclass object, then you can use the super variable, this variable, and if you create the object of subclass, then you can use the subclass. But in case of inheritance, if you use class subclass, okay, and if you use means inherit it from superclass like this way, extend give the superclass name, extend superclass. That means if I create an object of here, if I create sub class sub object equal to new subclass, okay, new subclass, and here suppose I am calling sub object, this is the subclass object. Okay, so here if you write sub object dot, you can see here that set super variable also you can see. So I am setting the superclass variable as suppose 10. Okay, so I am providing, and here again I am writing sub object dot subclass variable. Okay, so set sub variable that I am giving the 20. Okay, and here once system.out.println, and here I am giving sub object dot get, I am first getting the superclass variable, get superclass variable values, and then again printing the subclass variable. Okay, so sub object dot get subclass get sub variable. Okay, so here if you execute this code, So here you can see, using the means super subclass object, you can set the values of the superclass variable as well as subclass variable both. Okay, so here if you just remove this part, okay, and save it, so here you can see it will give you the error, because in that case, so I am using the subclass object, I am trying to set superclass variable, so this is not the part of the subclass, because I am not inheriting the superclass in your subclass. So in that case, it will not allow you to set the superclass variable using the subclass object, because this is not the member, currently member of the subclass. Okay, also you cannot get superclass method. So once you extend the class, that means whatever, now it's fine, because whatever value, okay, inside this superclass, okay, so once you, and this thing I will explain later, means how the this private value it will inherit or not, or means you will only get the means this public method in that class, so that will means whatever scope, okay, scope of the variable or method will inherit in which class, that I will cover in the another session. So as of now, whatever we learned, that whatever means public method, okay, whatever public method inside the superclass, okay, will automatically inherited into the subclass. Okay, that's why using the subclass object, creating the subclass object, we can access this get super method and set super variable. Okay, get and set method of the super variable. So whatever means common thing, so using this we can means what is the advantage of the inheritance? Code reusability. Okay, whatever code is common, okay, so that part, that code you can write in a super class, and any class, okay, any other class, whatever it is required, that means this common part will necessary for those class as well, so you can just inherit, okay, from that super class, okay, by extend, by using this extend keyword. Okay, so the code of the superclass automatically come into the subclass. So this code reusability is the main features of the inheritance. Okay, so using inheritance we can reuse the code. So the more three pillars of the object oriented, first one is the encapsulation, that is ensure the security. Okay, so we can wrapping up the, here also you can see that we are wrapping a private variable, so that private variable we are not directly access outside of the class. So from using to access this access this variable, we are using the public setter and getter method. So this is the concept of encapsulation. And the polymorphism, that is the feasibility using the same name. Okay, means from the end user perspective, they don't have to remember that the different methods, suppose for add, integer add, float add, and or double add, okay, double number add, you means if you write the three add method and give the same name add, so for end user perspective you don't remember means much code or much syntax, means much method name, okay, more method name to accomplish your task. You only have to suppose add, if add is the method name, then you can only remember add, whatever value you will pass, accordingly the corresponding method will call. So this is the polymorphism, this is flexibility, this defines the flexibility of the code. And the third one is the inheritance. Inheritance is the used for code reusability, whatever is the common code that will keep in the super class, inside super class, and whichever subclass required those code will only extend that superclass, so automatically that code will inherited in from superclass to the subclass. Okay, so this reusability we can done by the inheritance. Okay, so it's, I guess it's clear the concept of, and also the three pillars of OOPS is clear. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. If you like my videos, you can subscribe my channel. Okay, and also click on the bell icon so that once I will upload the next video, you will get the notification. And if you love my videos, you can share with your friends. Okay, and also in the description box you can see my channel link is there. Okay, so you can go there and watch the relevant Java topics from there. Okay, so thanks for watching.